Lately, it feels like every controversial and upcoming anime has been produced by one studio, and that studio in question is, you guessed it, Mappa Studios. I mean, you name it: Chainsaw Man, Hell's Paradise, Jujutsu Kaisen, Attack on Titan, Vinland Saga, the list goes on. So today we're going to take a dive into Mappa, its brief history, and its huge arrival on the animation scene. Make sure you like, subscribe, and watch to the end because this video is going to be very insightful. The studio was actually established on June 4th, 2011, so it's actually fairly new. The founder of Mappa Studios is Masao Maruyama. He was actually the co-founder of a much older studio called Madhouse, which was founded in 1972. A common motif with a lot of these studios are people will resign from one studio to start their own. So that also happened with when Maruyama resigned as CEO and became chairman. A different producer named Manabu Otsuka came from an adjacent studio, Studio 4 Degrees Celsius, and he became the CEO of Mappa Studios after Maruyama's official departure. If you're ever wondering what Mappa stands for, it stands for Maruyama Animation Produce Project Association. Mappa has a slew of animated television series starting all the way from 2012. What began as a funding issue and financial difficulties soon evolved into a lot of work and a great upbringing for Mappa Studios. Their first animated television series was Kids on the Slope, directed by Shinichiro Watanabe. This was co-produced with Tezuka Productions in 2012. And then next year they followed up with this banger, Hajime no Ippo Rising, which is like a boxing fighting style anime, and I'm sure you guys have heard of it. After that, a lot of these anime don't seem too familiar to me. However, I'm sure that some of you guys have heard of them, so I'm gonna skip to them. The biggest one that I want to say is probably most known is 2016 Yuri on Ice. A lot of these productions were actually co-produced by other studios like Studio VOLN and Madhouse, which is kind of the parent company of Mappa Studios. Fast forward to 2017 and Kakegurui was produced by Mappa Studios as well. The director of this animation was Yuichiro Hayashi. I know you guys remember Kakegurui. It had varying popularity amongst anime fans. It's a card game show about students and gambling. It's kind of interesting. I think I might check it out. Let me know if you guys want to hear some more about that in the comment section. Kakegurui ended up doing so well that it gained the funding for a sequel, Kakegurui XX, which aired in 2019. All of this led up to the breakout year, so drum roll please. 2020 and 2021 is when Jujutsu Kaisen aired, directed by Sunko Park, and also Attack on Titan, the final season, directed by Yuichiro Hayashi once again, and Jun Shishido. Interestingly enough, Attack on Titan was actually not produced by Mappa all of the way through. Seasons 1 through 3 was produced by WIT Studio. As someone that actually watched all the seasons, I actually couldn't tell the difference. However, in the beginning you can tell when they say who produced what. I found an interesting article on why the last season was actually produced by Mappa, and I want to read you an excerpt from it right now. The article is titled Why Attack on Titan Switched from WIT Studio to Mappa, and it's by Yotsumi-chan. And I read directly from a quote by Kensuke Tateishi, who is actually one of the producers of Attack on Titan's final season. And he says, while season 3 was in production, we consulted with WIT Studio, and it was decided that the final season would be created by a different production. One of the reasons is because the end of season 3 has the protagonist gazing at the ocean, marking a turning point for the story. Also, as creators, we wanted the anime to escalate even further. Through many talks with WIT Studio, we understood that the continuation would be difficult, so we looked for a new studio. Everyone understood what big shoes they had to fill, and we were told by dozens of studios that they emphatically could not accept. Another issue for many of the studios was the fact that they just couldn't fit the animation production into their schedule. But Mappa was the only studio to accept and take on the project, and the broadcasting rights were shifted, and now we have a magical final season. A similar switch actually occurs with another one of my favorite animes, Vinland Saga. The season 2 is produced by Mappa, while season 1 was produced by a WIT studio. What actually occurred in this instance was the director Shuhei Yabuta was switching to Mappa Studios regardless as just employment, and he took his whole team with him. But outside of Attack on Titan's final season, Mappa has been producing some breathtaking anime lately. In 2022, Chainsaw Man was released, and if you haven't seen Chainsaw Man, you are missing out. In 2023, Hell's Paradise came out, and so far, all 8 episodes have been nothing short of a masterpiece. Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 is also in the works as well, and after a long wait and lots of anticipation, I'm sure fans are ecstatic to see what Season 2 has to hold. So far, Mappa has only produced a few anime films. The most notable to me would be Jujutsu Kaisen 0, which came out in 2021. But I'm sure with all the good work that they're doing, there's a lot more films and better and bigger productions in their future. As for me, I'm really grateful for the studio and all that it's done. A lot of these anime now that they're making are becoming my favorite anime, and I want to say that these are mostly what I watch. I'm currently watching a lot of Vinland Saga. Attack on Titan, it's basically over now, but it was really good while it was up and running. And I really do believe that the dark trio of Jujutsu Kaisen, Hell's Paradise, and Chainsaw Man have the potential to be the big three of anime. As long as they can stay consistent and continue putting out content all the time and just not fall out of the fans' face, they really have the potential to become some of the best anime to date. But that was my analysis, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this little history lesson of Mappa Studios and how it's come to the forefront in the animation scene. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share with a friend. If you like this video, check out my channel for more content like this. And remember to, as always, find your zen, your final form. I'll see you next time, guys.
I want no drama, going back like karma. Benny Hanna, Gucci with the Prada. What I say goes, so we ride Dolce and Gabbana. And I change clothes like my hoes. I love designer, and I change my flows like who knows. I want the commas.